Hey guys, Moose here. We are back with another episode of Stonehearth in our Ascendancy playthrough, and it is February 22nd. Now, if I look at the games that came out today, this is actually how I found out about the topic that we're going to be discussing. There's a lot for one particular console, so my gut was to check, hey, did that console come out on this day? And it did. February 2nd, 2012. You may say, hey, that's not a console, but I see it as a console. It's not a PC, it's a separate gaming platform, it's a console to me. It doesn't have to be a home console, it's still a console. That's my view anyway. But, ooh, what is this doing here? Let's get that moved. Very strange place for that. Daily update, we don't get anyone. Goblin sneaks into camp, I don't care. Okay, let's get our engineer working, hopefully. You don't have anything to do, that's bad. Why don't you make a bunch of these? Make 20. But yeah, lost my train of thought. The PS Vita came out on this day in 2012, roughly. Wikipedia entry is a little bit unclear about exactly which date it was that it came out on, but roughly 2012. Roughly February 20th, or 22nd, 2012. That was the release date for the EU. For some reason, the North American date had 2 days, and then the Japanese date just had the December 17th or something. So we'll just say it came out today because that's when it appears all the launch titles came out. That's fine. So it came out with a few different launch titles. The main one that sticks out to me is Touch My Katamari, which is very suggestive, very strange. Oh, hello. Military, please follow orders for once. That's not enough of you. We need all of you. So, Touch My Katamari was a release title. There's an Alan Wake, I think. No, that was an Xbox Live Arcade title. Good, they're being delayed. Okay, there we go. We're good. This is a double invasion, it looks like. Okay, let's slow this down a little so I can micromanage better. They don't appear to have healers, I don't think. Oh, they do. Okay. Kill that guy. Archers. Take him out. Almost. Alright, well, they're going. Let's kill this guy. Back out. I don't want to get stuck in here because it breaks line of sight on healing and that causes issues. So I actually had to restart this because we got this double invasion and it totally wrecked us last time. So I'm going to try and do this a little bit more intelligently this time. Get our civilians out of here. They should not be here. These guys are getting their stuff wrecked, so this is working out nicely. And now we go for the healers, which are right here. Just ruin him. There you go. Kill the other one. He is toast. Now kill this guy. What else came out? There was Virtua Tennis 4. Who cares? Super Stardust Delta. I have no idea what that is. Plants vs. Zombies. That's a port. FIFA Football. Dynasty Warriors Next, which might have been interesting. Dungeon Hunter Alliance might have been interesting. Not really too much. Army Corps of Hell. God, some of these games look like real bad, probably. But I've never played any of them, so I don't really know. The titles make them seem pretty terrible. But I have never actually owned a PlayStation handheld. Or a Sony handheld, I guess. I was always a Game Boy kid. Go with, let's see, I had the... First I had Pocket, then Color, then Advance was the one after that, I think. Then was it the DS after that? I didn't get the SP or Special or whatever it was. Now this one, I'm surprised we survived this. This is much better than last time. I never got an SP, the flip one, the first flip one, but I got a DS and then I got a 3DS, obviously. I have a DS Lite. Oh, I never got like an original DS. I had DS Lite. That's what it was. And then I had a 3DS XL, which I still have. I actually still have all of those. I remember because the Game Boy Pocket actually had my name dremeled into it. Because it was, you know, I was a kid. So my mom was like, yeah, you're gonna lose it, so I want your name on it, so like they won't sell it in a pawn shop or something. Or we can prove it's yours, or I don't even know. It was weird. My name was on it anyway. What are you doing, buddy? You running away? You really think that's gonna work? Oh, okay, we're getting invaded again. That's 3 invasions in the first 5 minutes of this video. Holy shit. Alright, well, this shouldn't be a problem. It's gonna be annoying, but not a problem. It's hard to target the right one. I think as long as I'm targeting one of them, it's okay. That's the guy. There we go, we're good. Don't run. This is not acceptable. Is there like a... Yeah, okay, there is. Alright, should I... I'll just go wreck it, whatever. Kill that dude, and then kill that. Let our people out, because we did have them on town alert mode, unfortunately. Whatever that was. And then all this. Oh, damn it, they're gonna run all the way out there. Alright, well that should be it then. Good. Please, like, no invasions for an hour. That's just... I already see another goblin, god damn it. They're way too frequent. I don't want to close it off because I still want to get new people occasionally. But what are you going to do? But yeah, so PS Vita on this date in 2012, 5 years ago today. That is not as old as I expected. I thought the Vita was a lot older. Since then, I believe PlayStation, or I keep calling it PlayStation, I think Sony's kind of shut down their handheld business. They don't really, or they've gotten out of that market, so to speak. Which, good, honestly. They should, because they were never really competitive, in my opinion. Some of their games were interesting, like the Monster Hunter ones were okay, but I still, like, there's nothing really compelling about a Sony handheld versus a Nintendo handheld. Even with consoles, there's really nothing that compelling about an Xbox versus a PlayStation, other than content. That's it. It's got nothing to do with the hardware, it's all software. So there's really no reason for two of them to exist. It's basically just dividing the market for increased profits for whoever. Which is a little bit depressing, but, you know, that's how it works. Let's do some more mining, I think. Need it here. Gotta keep that iron coming. So, I've actually considered going back and getting a Vita. Or maybe the other one, I forget. There was another one, right? It wasn't just the Vita. Because there were some things on it that I wanted to play and mess around with, and it seemed interesting, you know? Like, it was a little bit, at that point, everything was a flip. Like, I think that was around the same time as the DS. So, you know, that was a flip one. You didn't have one that was just like its own little brick, and that was it. I also like that it uses discs. I think it's kind of poetic almost that Nintendo just went straight from cartridges to flash memory, which is the right decision. I think flash memory, I don't know how I feel about it with the Switch for that kind of thing. That's not as simple for the console market, but for a handheld, I think going with flash memory is clearly the right choice, because you don't want to have to... I feel like as cool as it is to have discs, you know, that's actually interesting. I think that's what the PS Vita used. It used like little mini discs. It's cool, but it's also like completely unnecessary, and it also creates more challenges than it solves. It gives you bonus space, fine, that's fine, but you're also looking at increased physical space, because you can't just have those things loose, they're gonna get scratched up. So in that respect, like, you could just throw... That's it. I never treat my Game Boy games well. no matter what version it was. Like, the plastic ones were durable when they were cartridges, and now the flash ones are just, you just grab whatever ones you want and like toss them in a bag and you're off to the races. Obviously you don't want to crush them, like you can destroy them, but it's a lot harder than scratching up a disc. So I think flash memory in that situation is way more logical, but I think if you start talking about consoles, like with the Switch going over to flash memory, I'm not as sold on it. I like it in the sense that it means that it'll probably be easier to break them. Like, as in, when I say break, I mean like gain access to it. That's kind of cool. I like modding. I like some of the stuff people have done. Like, I got Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup on my Wii, and I actually could put Linux on it, I think. I modded my Wii a little bit and fucked around with it. That was fun. It's a cool little project, and I think the ability to do that is important because for young people especially, because it teaches you something about technology. And I think doing that is like almost, at least for my generation, I think maybe a little bit of a rite of passage, like modding things and breaking your games and figuring out how to fix them. And it's important to fuck up, because when you screw up on those things, you learn about games, you learn about technology, you learn about how software works and how hardware works, and that really gives you a competitive advantage in life because you know a lot more about how to do things. And you know, it's helped me in my life because I'm indispensable at work largely because I understand tech, and a lot of other people just, they don't. Full stop. They have no idea, so they can't really compete, thankfully. So it's cool. Let's see. Do I want to build any of these? I kind of want to. We haven't built any buildings in quite a while. I like this one. It's a pretty house. Yeah, let's build this. At this point, we don't need anything functional. I'm just kind of building things to build things. This bothers me a little bit, but I think right there is good. Build it so I can go see where we're being invaded from. That's not what I wanted. No, we're no longer being invaded. Lovely. Oh no, we are. They're just getting their ass kicked. Okay. Healers. Nah. Yeah, I'll kill him. That's not what I meant to do. Alright, well, they're dying now anyway. I don't think either I didn't give an order or they didn't listen, but it doesn't seem to make any difference, so who cares, right? Ah, back itches. Sorry about that. So, yeah. PS Vita. You know what, I'm really surprised that Etrian Odyssey... Was Etrian Odyssey around back then? Because if it was, I'm really surprised that was... I gotta look now. I'm gonna pull this up real quick on my phone. Because that seems like the kind of thing that would be like a clear as day PS Vita title, not DS. And I'm pretty sure it was DS. So, let's pull up the page on Wikipedia. Thank God they finally killed that asshole. Yeah, Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS, 2007. Wow. That is a little bit shocking that Etrian Odyssey was not a PS Vita title. I mean, that's like... I mean, I understand Nintendo's Japanese as well, but, like, RPGs historically have been dominated by Sony. Or JRPGs, anyway. Over the last... I don't know, basically since the SNES, I would say. So why would... I mean, that right there, I think that's sort of what, in my mind, would be the downfall of it, right? I mean, maybe they're saying, well, market share-wise, we want to go with Nintendo. That's fair. And that's honestly probably what happened, because I can't imagine that Sony would not be pursuing that, right? That's kind of their thing. That's their audience, is JRPG fans for a lot of stuff, right? No one was buying... I mean, yeah, you get... Twisted Metal was a Sony or a PlayStation title, generally, right? I know it isn't these days, but... I'm trying to think back. Like, a lot of the stuff they had was JRPGs. Like, that was one of their major genres, I guess, and it just, they don't have it for handheld, or they didn't have it for handheld, and that probably contributed to the death of the Vita. That's very interesting. But yeah, handheld in general, I think, is, I don't know, for me it's taken a downturn. I'm just not as into it as I was. I'm not, like, before it was easy. As a kid, it's fantastic because I didn't have my own computer for a lot of the time, and also, well, I mean, it was budget gaming in that respect, which is not ideal. But other than that, I was also, you know, if I'm, like, I wasn't the driver, I guess is what I'm trying to say, or I was taking public transit. So, you know, if my mom's driving me to tennis practice or something, I specifically remember I was playing, it was a Mario title, I think. It was Super Mario 2? No. Oh, maybe it was Kirby's Dream Land, actually. I have a very clear memory. It was a game that I'd beaten over and over, and I kept playing it. And I don't think it was Metroid Fusion at that point. There's only a couple games that I've played. Like, there's a few handheld titles that I just played the shit out of, and I beat, like, mercilessly, like 20 or 30 times. Kirby's Dream Land I beat, like, 100 times, at least. Because it wasn't back then, and this is amazing, I can't even understand this these days, but it wasn't a game that you pick up and put down and, like, come back to. There was no save, there was no continue. You play it until you beat it, or you stop playing and you start from the start. But it was still a really compelling game. Like, it was genuinely a fun game. I enjoyed it. And I'd probably still go back and play it a bit. I might emulate that sometime. But I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was great fun. And I seriously beat the shit out of it repeatedly. I wasn't even particularly good at it. I just played so much of it that was what I had, and, you know, handheld budget gaming, so here we go. Let's play so much that you're bored to tears of it. Can we dig this out? Did I totally mess this up? We can totally just dig another level. You guys are stranding yourselves by doing this, but... If you could move so I could see what's happening, that would be great. Okay. Well, we're probably getting attacked right now, so... Yeah, so... Okay, no, we're not getting attacked, but the AI is killing itself. Lovely. We have our defenses anyway, so... I don't think these guys have... Oh, it's the archer one. Okay, we need to get our military out, otherwise we're going to be wasting a lot of iron. I hate that I have to do like a 3-point run. Nope. Hey guys. Guys, no, come on. Like, if they don't have line of sight, they're just like, nah, fuck you, we're not going. Okay, I lost 2 knights. Oh, they're back. Good. Guys, come on. No, I need the healers as well. I can't just take one of you. I need all of you to come out. They're learning. You're running the wrong way. There you go. Alright, you guys run home. Okay, we're gonna have some problems here because the healers are in the back. I think we're gonna have at least one person go down. Maybe we're okay now. Maybe. It's a tough, I'm not sure if we are though. Alright, well that seemed to go okay. I'm not sure what happened, if anyone's down or not. It's a little bit unclear. But I think we're good. Kill that guy, and then... Surprised I clicked that properly. But yeah, handhelds are mostly... they're not really a thing in the past. I see them as declined, but that's my opinion as... just with how it relates to how I play games. which is not really representative of everyone exactly, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. But that is going to do it for today's episode, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join us for the next one as well. Take care.